Let's fucking go! What is good? Everybody? Welcome. Freeman, I don't give a fuck. Welcome to another edition of Isaac's angry ass face. Once we go live, Isaac, why do you have an angry? There we fucking go. Welcome to What the Wrestling. Goddamn it! I am your host.
Isaac, why do you have an? There we fucking
right.
go.
Welcome. Yes, steals all around. I am your host, RJD. I said that already. I don't give a fuck. I'm saying it again. And I am here with a very special guest to talk about this awesome Revolution, AEW Revolution show from last night. I am here with Mr. Isaac Mato. Say what's up to the people.
What up, people?
This nigga is throwing up gang signs. Holy shit.
Nope.
Get him out of here.
Get the fuck out of here!
Anyway, what is good, everybody? RJD here, Isaac here, just like old times, and we are here to talk AE motherfucking dub. But before we do, hit the like button. Hit the goddamn like button. Hit the like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. Isaac is going to plug his stuff, and I will have it once I edit it in the description, so you can go follow this brother on all his social media. As always, follow me on all social media platforms in the description below, and follow the Etsy store and buy some shirts and stuff from the Etsy store and support a brother. If not, hit the like button because it don't cost you shit. So, with that being said, Isaac, Revolution. Before we get into everything, we will talk about the pre-show. We will talk about little things we saw, and then we'll get into the main show, and we'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, everything. Before we get into all of that, how did you like the main show? What did you think about the show?
Oh man, it was phenomenal. I loved pretty much like every match that was shown on Revolution, from that dog collar match between MJF and CM Punk to shown on Revolution. Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti for the title. Like, bro, like that.
Oh, you actually like that?
Yeah, bro, I actually did.
I'm shocked. I thought you would not be impressed. Knowing you and knowing how you get down, I was like, Isaac will not be impressed with this.
No, I was actually impressed. I really was. I mean, it started off a little bit slow, but then after a while, it started to pick up. So I really did enjoy that. I enjoyed. What else did I enjoy? The 6-man tag match. Crazy. I mean, like, Sting really put his body out there on the line last night.
Sting is a fucking crazy man, bro. He's like 60-something years old.
So, yeah, and he's just doing high dives moves, and I'm like, bro, just try not to break a body part. That's all I want.
He's the one with the bad goddamn neck, which is crazy.
Yep. So more power to him though, because if you're 60 and you could pull it off, bro, I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even mad at you. And then we got the triple threat tag match for the tag team titles. Crazy, phenomenal. And pretty much me and you called it at the prediction. We all knew that it was going to go down that way. The way it went down, I don't want to talk much about it until we get into the actual review. Keith Lee did his thing yesterday in that ladder match.
Who am I? Word.
Yeah, he really did his thing in that match. Wardlow did his thing. He really showed out last night in the match. Plus, during MJF's match, like, it was just crazy, bro. It was just crazy. And the bar that we watched at the Revolution pay-per-view at, I'm telling you, the fans were just eating it up. They really enjoyed it. That place gets loud, and it was just crazy, and the energy. Like, I just felt it all through that entire area. I'm telling you, bro, that pay-per-view was just amazing.
I'm not gonna lie. First thoughts of the pay-per-view, I thought the pay-per-view was absolutely fantastic. There were some things. First of all, too motherfucking long, but it's okay. We're not gonna shit on them for it being too long. We got to give and take here. We can't bitch and moan about everything. But I do think they could have cut a couple things out. But other than that, other than it being 5 goddamn hours long, I thought it was great. Was it as good as the Danielson and Adam Cole debut? No, wasn't as good as that. But it was a good show, and we're not going to sit here and cap like it wasn't. Real talk.
Stop the cap.
It was an amazing show. Mostly everything on there was fantastic. So for AEW,
Respect my authority.
I respect your authority. Good shit. It's awesome. Now, let's start from the top. The buy-in. We're going to run through this quick because it's the buy-in and it's the free show. Cool. So, we had legit Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander, the alien. What did you think? Legit Layla Hirsch gets the win. She did cheat. She whacked homegirl Chris Statlander over the head with something and then pinned her ass. So, what did you think about this match? Layla Hirsch gets the win, and she will fight Thunder Rosa for the chance to fight Britt Baker in 2 weeks on the Valentine's Day episode of Dynamite. What did you think about this match?
Well, first off, Layla Hirsch is not winning that match against Thunder Rosa. Is going to.
Nope.
Is Layla Hirsch winning?
Nope.
If you think she is,
You stupid.
Thunder Rosa is going to completely annihilate Layla Hirsch to get that rematch against Britt Baker. And I have a feeling that at her hometown, she's going to win it. So if that's the case, then it made sense for her to lose that Revolution last night. But again, I thought the match was good. Again, slow paced, but eventually it started to pick up. And, you know, like you said, Layla Hirsch came out with the win as a heel should. So more props to her, more props to Chris Statlander. Layla Hirsch really tried to go for that arm. Like, she really tried to break that arm of Chris Statlander. And I'm just sitting there, I was like, ooh, this is not going to be good. And it definitely was not. And I give props for Statlander because she definitely sold that arm throughout the whole match. The whole match, she sold that arm. So props to her, props to Layla Hirsch. I just wish the match could have been a little better, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not knocking it. It's still a good match, but it could have been better.
First thoughts of this match: Layla Hirsch, she did a thing. Chris Allen did a thing. This was a match. It was solid, not too bad, not too good, right in the middle. Solid stuff. Both of these ladies are fantastic wrestlers. We'll see what happens on Dynamite, but this was a match. It was good. Statlander getting pushed to the back a little bit. Layla Hirsch, she gets a chance to show what she can do versus Thunder Rosa. So let's see what happens. So other than that, fine with this. Next, we had, what the fuck? Is my cat meowing like that? What the fuck? Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Yo, my bad. Come here. Shut up, son. Coming in or not? My man doing too much. I always got to yell at the goddamn cat. Like, nope. What the fuck is going on here?
Get the fuck out of here!
Like I tell him, you coming in, coming in. You're not coming in, you're not coming in.
Oh, hell no.
Okay, anyway. Next, we had Hook. Send Hook, goddammit. Send him. We had Hook versus QT Marshall. To me, this was exactly what it needed to be. Hook selling just a little bit and him throwing QT Marshall around. Red Rum, see you later. Thanks for playing. He whooped his ass. I love this. I like Hook. Shout out to Mike in the goddamn chat. Send Hook for Mike. Send Hook. Because Mike has no idea who that is. And he has no idea why we should care.
He came in right after that match. So
you missed Hook, man. You gotta send Hook, man.
Yeah, he missed Hook, bro. Taz's son, Taz's baby boy.
How did you miss Hook? Like, Hook is like the man right now. Anyway, you know why Hook is the man? Because he was throwing ones up in the strip club. No, let me stop. Anyway.
He really was, though. He really was.
Save your money, Hook. Don't pay these chicks rent. Anyway, this was great. This was fantastic. We love Hook. Hook is the fucking man. Hook is prime time ready to move up. Like, after QT Marshall, that's the top of the bottom. Now he's ready to move to the bottom of the middle. That's what I think. What did you think about this match? And what did you think about Hook?
Well, any match where QT Marshall gets his ass beat is always a plus for me, and I really enjoy seeing that. So Hook really showed up, did his thing like he always does, laid the red rum right on that on QT Marshall, ended that match, one like just a tap out, like he not even a tap out because I think he knocked out, like he just put him to sleep.
Yeah, he put him out. TKO.
But listen, let me tell you something. I was telling the guys last night. I was like, Hook has got so much of his father in him. He may not have that stocky build that Taz had.
Yeah, he definitely not built. He's not built like Taz because Taz is built like a tank.
Oh yeah. Taz is built like a tank back in those days, but
Hook is built like he has almost.
But he has that heart, that tenacity, the just to go out there, do his thing, and I know he's got to have some strength in him, but I'm proud of that kid.
He'd be gotched out, suplexing motherfuckers like a Hook ain't even that big, bro.
Yeah,
he's getting a little bigger though. You see him get put on.
No, yeah, definitely. He definitely is
on some muscle, yo. So shout out to him.
Yep, shout out to him. If he gets bigger like his pop, bro, forget about it. He's gonna be dominating that men's division every week.
Like, it's gonna be a problem. Like, so who's Hook gonna beat up this week, huh? Whose ass is he gonna kick this week? Are we gonna send Hook this week or nah?
Yep, definitely. Oh, bro, but I feel like you can hear the problem is every time Taz even like does the commentary on his son's match, like you can hear that proudness in his voice. And why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Like that's your kid. You're watching your child get over with the fans. That's one. Doing phenomenal performances in the ring. That's two. You know what I'm saying? Like he really just took everything that he learned from everybody. Because I heard like Taz is not the only one that's teaching him. Like he literally has veterans teaching him the ropes, the ins and outs of being in the ring and how to get over and how to sell and all of this stuff. That kid is when that time comes where he goes up for that AEW title, bro, I wouldn't be surprised that he holds that for a whole year.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
That's all I gotta say. Nothing else to say about it. Shout out to Mike in the chat. BleacherReport.com is where you can find the.
I told him that yesterday. I swear this dude got a memory like Dory, bro. I told him this yesterday.
BleacherReport.com. So
stop it. Get some help.
It's okay, bro. We got you. We're here to help. So moving on. We have the final. We have the final installments of the pre-show. It was the House of Black versus the Death Triangle. Holy hell. This could have main evented a Rampage. This could have been on the main show. This could have main evented a Dynamite. This was fantastic. Shout out to all of these guys.
Respect my authority.
These guys are fucking awesome. House of Black, fantastic tandem. Death Triangle, also fantastic. This is great. Before we get into it, Mike wants to watch it on his TV. I can't get Bleacher Report on the TV. If you have a smart TV, you can definitely get Bleacher Report on your TV. If you don't have a smart TV, then you can go, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say put in like AEW pay-per-view on your, I think Roku. It's on Bleacher Report. It's on Roku. And you can go to AEW pay-per-view, put it in Google, and then they will have another outlet for you to download it, if I'm not mistaken. But Bleacher Report or Roku is the two places where I know for sure you can buy it. So, what did you think about the House of Black and the Death Triangle? First of all, the House of Black got the win. The Mist, there was a black mass, and after the black mass to Redbeard, he did not want to die, so he got misted. And after he got misted, he lost. So what did you think of this, Isaac?
Okay, first off, Tony Khan needs to hurry up and sign Redbeard. I'm tired of seeing this dude just come like once in a blue moon. He's not Uncle Jesse from Full House, where he just shows up like every. No. He needs to be signed so we can see him regularly on Dynamite, on Rampage, future pay-per-views. Redbeard needs to be in AEW, bro.
Hold on, Isaac. I got you right now. Who wants to see? If you want to see Mr. Redbeard get signed, give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah.
Continue, sir.
So he needs to be signed. But the match, bro, was crazy. I'm telling you, like, these guys.
Trios match, bro. Fantastic.
Yes, it really was. It was like a 3-on-3 like battleground, like right in the middle of the ring, bro.
Easily.
And watching Pac just do his thing, watching Penta, like we all know he could do his thing because he's a luchador. And then never missing never missing a beat, bro. Like it was just phenomenal just to see him even back in the ring and just like not like try to fight off, like, you know, what's his name? Brody King, Matthew, Buddy Matthews, and Malachi Black, bro. Like it was just, bro, he towered over them. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
Redbeard literally towered all of them, bro. I'm just thinking,
you don't realize how big he was and how big Brody Lee was, because they were like the same height. Brody Lee was.
Yeah, they were, bro. I was hoping that he would have joined AEW when Brody Lee was still around, because I would have loved to see those two together as a tag team. Word. But unfortunately, we never got that because, you know, Brody Lee passed away. But yeah, unfortunately, rest in peace. But yo, if he comes and he signs up with AEW, I can't wait to see what he's going to do in there, because I know for a fact with his height and his build, because he's starting to lose a little bit of weight, he's going to dominate that entire division on his home with just his pinky.
Word, if he gets in shape, there's nothing but open doors for this guy.
Yep, nothing, bro. Like, nothing but open doors.
It's going to be like he's getting all the rings. Like he's getting all of them.
Exactly.
Listen,
all the rings.
And speaking of get in shape, this brings us to the main card.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It was really good. So they opened up. Now we get into the main card now. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston, the Mad King himself. Holy shit. Don DeMarco. Holy shit. First of all, these guys tried to kill each other because they kept throwing each other on their fucking necks. The first suplex we saw from Eddie Kingston, Jericho landed on his neck. Then Jericho's first suplex on Eddie Kingston, he threw him on his neck. And I'm like, am I watching Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito? Because all they do is throw each other on their necks. Like, what the hell am I watching here? Eddie Kingston ran to the ring because he wanted a fight. He wanted a fight. Mr. Jericho, shout out to him. Perfect. Brother is in the best shape of the last 10 years of his life. This Jericho match was the best Jericho match I think in AEW he has had. Better than the one he had with MJF. Better than he had another good one earlier on too, against somebody. It'll come back to me. But I know he had one against MJF, and it was better than that. This match was fantastic. When this match opened the show, I was skeptical. And then I saw Eddie Kingston run to the ring.
Get the fuck out of here!
And I was like, what's wrong with me? This is going to be great. And they proceeded to chop the holy shit out of each other and kill each other for about 15 minutes. The end came when Jericho, he hit him with a code breaker. Then he hit him for a near fall. He hit him with another code breaker. He went for the Judas effect. He missed it. And Eddie Kingston hit a back fist. Then he hit another back fist. Then he hit him with the stretch plum, a move I have not seen in a very long time. He did it like 3 times, and Jericho was forced to tap out. And after he tapped out, everything is over. Eddie Kingston's like, wait, I won? Wait, did I won? He's doing the fucking my eye hurts type shit. He legit did get punched in the eye, but you know, this isn't ballet, so it is what it is. And after that, he wins the big one. So shout out to him. And then finally, they're supposed to shake hands. And he says,
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm not shaking your hand. I just can't do it. And he walks away from Eddie Kingston, and he does not shake his hand. Excellent storytelling. Excellent opening match. Isaac, what did you think?
Bro, the build for the past couple of weeks between these two has been nothing but phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? And and just to watch it unfold in their match, incredible. Like you said, great storytelling. And they were really just going at it, like you said, trying to kill each other, take each other out one way or another. It was going to happen. And bro, listen, you never, ever doubt a New Yorker, all right? That's why Eddie Kingston won, because he's a true New Yorker.
Oh, yeah!
Because he's a true New Yorker, and he won the way he knew how. Just going back to the New York style of just straight up ass whooping.
You know what I see Eddie Kingston? Not to cut you off. You know what I think about when I see Eddie Kingston?
What?
Out of boom, realest dude in the room. How you doing?
Yeah, it's crazy because they're all pretty much from they all pretty much from Staten Island. They grew up in I can't say they grew up together, but they were all in Staten Island. Him, and so
swag, bro. We got that swag, New York, man.
Exactly,
man,
bro.
We got that swag. You feel me? That's what we
never
got.
never doubt a New Yorker when it comes to wrestling. And I mean, you see it all the time with Santana Ortiz, two Bronx Bombers, bro. Like,
I love Santana and Ortiz, bro.
You know when they go out there and they do their thing, man, it's just straight up just nothing but curb stomping, whooping your ass, and winning that match.
You better not ever say nothing bad about Santana and Ortiz because Isaac will kill you.
Yes,
Isaac will literally.
Yes. Yes.
Don't
with
say
the Arn Anderson,
about proud and powerful, he will kill you.
with the Arn Anderson pistol, bro. I will walk around with the Glock. With the Glock. I will walk around with that shit,
with the Glock, man. He's gonna hit you with the one more time. Gonna hit you with the Glock, man. Shout out to Arn Anderson,
exactly.
man. Respect
but
run up on Arn Anderson if you want to. Run up on him.
But it was a great match. Great way to end that story between those two. Even though I don't think the Kingston won the match, but that war ain't over yet, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see them continue to go at it. If not this week, sometime in the future.
Yeah, this shit not over, not even a little bit. So next we had. Excuse me. I kind of had a burp right there. AEW Tag Team Championship, Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon and the Young Bucks. This was one hell of a match. It actually started off slow, which I appreciated because we came off of that high octane match. This match was all about Jungle Boy, and the story was, Young Bucks and Red Dragon. They working together. They're not working together. They like each other. They hate each other, and them two canceled each other out, which allowed Jurassic Express to get the win. We had a 450 splash by Jungle Boy. Oh, sorry, shooting star press by Jungle Boy that broke up a pin attempt on Kyle O'Reilly. We had Luchasaurus running wild. He had two great hot tags in this match. This was great, and this was the story of the match. Jungle Boy put out some big moves. He got hit with a BTE trigger that should have ended it, but O'Reilly broke it up. After that set up the Jurassic Express finisher, which is one of the most impressive finishers I've ever seen. And after that, Jurassic Express gets the win in a very, very solid solid second match. I would say this was like the last 3-4 minutes were really good. They started off slow, which I think was a plus. But this match was thoroughly, thoroughly entertaining. Isaac, what say you?
I agree. Thoroughly entertaining to watch three tag teams go at it to get that title. The Young Bucks has been looking to get that title back since they dropped it to the Lucha Bros. You know what I'm saying? So they were going to try to do anything and everything in their power to get that title back. Did it work? Nope. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and now we're starting to see that story begin between the Bucks and Red Dragon. Now it's going to come down to a point of who Adam Cole really got to choose. Is he going to stick with the Bucks? Is he going to stick with Red Dragon? Is he going to try to figure out a way to bring these two together and stay on the same page? Who knows? We have weeks and weeks and weeks to find out how this story is going to be told between these two teams. But I would tell you this much, the way I'm seeing it, and I fucking hate Don Callis, I want to kick that bald-headed white man in his teeth because we all thought Kenny Omega was returning. We heard the song, we thought he was going to pop out, and this bald-headed motherfucker pops out. Like, I hate you, bro. I hate you. So, but my thing is that when he does come back, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? Is Adam Cole going to try to work with Kenny Omega? Is that going to cause a rift between former Bullet Club members? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many possibilities of how this story is going to be told. But anyway, back to the match. Great match. I love every minute of it. Bro, Jungle Boy Jack Perry has been like my favorite since I've seen this dude wrestle in AEW. Oh, yeah. I love this kid, and I know his pops, if his pops was still alive, he'd be proud of his son. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has come a long way since AEW first started. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely. He's gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And to watch him progress over the years, this kid is going to take form, and he's going to keep doing his thing until one day we'll be able to see him as an AEW World Champion. But right now, we got him and Luchasaurus as tag teams. I'm kind of in for it. But like I told you during the predictions, now that they've retained the title, now it's time for them to really showcase themselves more and start selling themselves that they are the true, real tag team champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now I'm figuring out who's next. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be the next tag team to face these guys? Are we going to get them in 2.0? Are we going to get them in FTR? Like, nope. You know, what's going to happen now? You know what I'm saying? Now it's time for Tony Khan to really buckle down and figure out who's going to be the next tag teams to take these guys on for the title. You know, I don't want to keep seeing the same repeat, recycle shit. You know what I'm saying?
They got way too many tag teams for fucking recycling.
Way too many tag teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care who's, you know, like on the number one in the ranks to face these guys. Now I want to see like other tag teams try to go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I want to see. I wouldn't mind seeing like either Brody Lee and Malachi Black to go after them for the title, or Brody Lee and Buddy Matthews to go after, or Buddy Matthews and Malachi Black to go after it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many possibilities of these tag teams to go after.
Brody King.
Brody King, my bad. Rest in peace, Brody.
Stupid.
But Brody King, watch these guys just go after that tag team title, because nobody knows when this triple tag team championship is coming about. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's so many triple tag teams now, you know. But now it's time to really showcase these guys as true tag team champions and have them face somebody else now. You know what I'm saying? Like Red Dragon, Young Bucks, they did their thing, and like you said, they canceled each other out, and we called it. We called it in the prediction. We saw this happening. You know what I'm saying? There was already a spark of heat between these guys. So whoever thought Bucks or Red Dragon was going to win this is like, you're crazy. They're going to cancel each other out. Express was going to retain their titles. Now we're going to see Red Dragon and Young Bucks just go at it, and now which will cause that rift between Adam Cole. But I can't wait to see what else happens, bro, because that match was amazing. Now what is the next step Tony Khan is going to do to top that match in the next pay-per-view? Because I think the next pay-per-view is what, Double or Nothing?
In Vegas.
So it's like, what are you going to do after that now? When you got them going against Jurassic Express, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to start buckling down, figuring this shit out.
I agree with everything you said. Moving right along. So next we had the ladder match for the Face of the Revolution Sonic Ring. So we had Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, Christian Cage in a ladder match. This was one hell of a ladder match. Impossible to tell you everything that happened, so we'll talk about it in sparts. You hear me?
You stupid.
We'll talk about it in spots. Listen, I hit the button on myself too. We gotta hit the button on everybody. Equal opportunity. So, let's talk about Orange Cassidy first, because he had one of the most innovative spots I have ever seen in a ladder match. Wardlow and Keith Lee had a ladder like this. First of all, he had the ladder on his head like so. He was spinning it around. We've seen that spot a million times. So Keith Lee and Wardlow, two big beefy dudes doing what big beefy dudes do, they picked the ladder up on both sides, and he was hanging on like this. So this takes tremendous core strength. So shout out to him.
Respect my authority!
He flips himself upwards and is on top of the ladder and reaches up for the ring. The crowd goes crazy for this, and then he slips and crotches himself, and then he falls through. Another thing that happened in this match, and Isaac, you could speak on this, because he is literally the only person who got hurt last night. I mean, legit hurt, because he has an MRI coming up soon. I heard from Wrestling Observer Live. Shout out to Dave Meltzer. He's the only one who had a serious injury last night, because Keith Lee picked him up, and Keith Lee decided, you know what? That spot I did the other day where I threw Isaiah Cassidy halfway across the ring, we're going to throw Orange Cassidy outside the ring, and hopefully his people are going to catch him. And he triggered some shadow clones. What he needed to do was trigger some shadow clones real quick so that he could break his fall, almighty push. And you know how Naruto stopped Mr. Nagato from pushing him into oblivion because he had the shadow clones. Spoiler, if you haven't seen Naruto, go fucking watch it. Came out 2 years ago. Sorry. Anyway, Keith Lee.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
This motherfucking power level is over 10,000. So he chucked Orange Cassidy over the top rope, literally threw him by his throat over the top rope. And the two, Ricky Starks and the other guy, was supposed to catch him, and they didn't, because Keith Lee threw him too far and he landed on his fucking head. So I hope that he's okay. This is not funny, but
finish him.
He's dead. He died after that. There was no coming back.
Bro, let me tell you something. When you
what say you?
When you put Orange Cassidy, who's skitty, and Tony Stark, who's skitty, in a match, and Christian, who's also skinny, in a match with three big dudes, that's never a good thing, bro. Never a good thing.
And I'm sure this was by design. Tony Khan,
yeah,
perfect for the booking, motherfucker.
Yeah,
perfect.
Bro. Not perfect for Orange Cassidy, bro. Yeah, it was a perfect
bro, he
booking.
threw him by his fucking throat.
Like, yeah, bro, like, it was crazy. I'm watching this, bro, and I'm like, but Keith Lee had to have felt bad for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
am. Shout out to his fucking his theme song is fire.
No, hell yeah, the theme song is fire.
God damn. So,
but he felt bad. He must have felt bad after that. That right after the match, he must have been apologizing to Orange Cassidy. He's like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you that far. I really do apologize." Like, because you can look at Keith Lee, bro. He may be big in size, but he looks like he's a really nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looks like the type that if he
Greetings and
fucks up,
salutations, mortals.
he looks like the type of guy that if he fucks up, like he's gonna own it and he's gonna man up and he's gonna apologize for it. You know what I'm saying? That was like, you know, we think back, when Stone Cold suffered that neck injury due to the hands of Owen Hart. You know what I'm saying? And the story that he told, Owen Hart never apologized, never came to speak to him, never came to check up on him, like nothing. You know what I'm saying? But Keith Lee looks like the type of person that if he fucked up, like he's gonna be in the back and he's gonna be like, "Yo."
I don't even really think he fucked up. I just think shit happens. He fucking tossed them and they missed the catch. That's all. Shit happens.
No, yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But like, I mean,
he probably checked on him. He probably checked on him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like he probably checked on him. Like, yeah, and and I apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to throw you that far. But
I don't
that
know
match was phenomenal. But that match was phenomenal, and of course, I think we got to see. No, was it in this match? No, I think it was probably. Was it this match that we got to see Danhausen pop up?
Yeah.
Was it this?
So that's great you bring that up. I was going to get to that. So Danhausen made an appearance because Ricky Starks had the match won, but Danhausen jumped from under the ring and he cursed him. So at that point, it was the beginning of the end. Because Wardlow then came into the fucking ring. And Wardlow then literally hurdled. He hurdled. And for those of you who don't watch football, he jumped from the mat onto a bridge ladder that was bridged. And he jumped right behind Ricky Starks. Then he put him in power palm position. And then he proceeded. Ricky Starks, thank the Lord. Mind you, Ricky Starks is the motherfucker.
Bro. Ricky Starks got folded.
He is the motherfucker that had neck surgery and was out because he broke his neck.
Yeah.
His hands behind his neck because he knew what was coming. And Wardlow powerbombed him onto his neck and folded him like an accordion, goddammit.
It's over 9,000.
You know what the best part is? You know what the best part is out of all of that, bro? Like Ricky Starks sold that move, bro.
Yeah, he stayed folded for like the rest of the match.
For the rest of the match until Wardlow took the ring, and then that was it. Like he stood there, he sold that move, bro. And I give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like this match was hilarious because some of the shit that was going on was hilarious. When Orange Cassidy was in between Wardlow, Hobbs, and Keith Lee, and he was like
doing that, kicking everybody. Oh, I got you right now. Everybody was on some shit like. Oh!
Like, it was hilarious, bro, and I love that. Bro, did you see the way Orange Cassidy entered the ring, though? He rolled and kept rolling until he went off the other side of the ring.
Shit. So he comes into the ring. He Orange Cassidy, I think he's the last one to come in. He rolls into the ring like he normally does, but he keeps rolling all the way till he gets to the other side of the ring, and then the bell rings, and then it's Orange Cassidy is the fucking man. I don't care what nobody says. I know a lot of people like to
Shots fired! Shots fired!
A lot of people like to go shit on Orange Cassidy. This fucking guy is hilarious. He is entertaining as hell. You want to know sports entertainment? He's not sports entertainment, but he is wrestling. He is AEW's version of sports entertainment because he is entertaining as hell no matter what he does. Everything he does is hilarious. Like, and the crazy shit is he can actually wrestle. Like, he's very good in the ring. He can wrestle his ass off. And when he gets fired up, it means more because he's the guy who doesn't talk. Oh, my God. AEW does it so well. Shout out to AEW. But rest in peace to Orange Cassidy because, he took a nasty spot. Wardlow, in case you didn't know, Wardlow gets the win. He wins the Sonic ring, and he now has earned himself a future TNT title shot.
Wait. Orange Cassidy ended up injuring two types of head. Okay, when he climbed, when he had like grasped on the ladder, and I think it was Keith Lee and Wardlow that lifted up, and then you see him like get on top of the ladder, and then he slips like his leg slipped through the ladder, hitting his groin right on the step. Bro, I was like, yo, that is crazy because I ain't never seen anything like that. Like,
I've never seen that spot before.
exactly. So as many times as we've watched every ladder match there is. You know what I'm saying? We've never seen anything like that. That spot was like, wow, like that shit blew my mind. But then when you see him slip, and it's just like, ooh, that's not good. And then and then you see that other one that incident that happened with Keith Lee, and it was just like, oh, so now he hurt two types of head. So like in one match, he hurt two types of head.
Shout out to Orange Cassidy. Listen, this
it was just like, oh, so now he hurt.
This was fucking fantastic, man. I mean, great ladder match, excellent ladder match. It is on point. Wardlow gets the win, and that would play into effect later on. So,
yep.
will be looking forward to that. So, moving on. We had the AEW TBS Championship. Oh, I got to get rid of this because it's making noise. AEW TNT Championship match. Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. Hey, spicy. Shout out to Ty Conti. She looked awesome. Shout out to Jade. She came out as Jade.
Yeah.
From Mortal Kombat.
Bro, awesome, I thought that outfit really did look good on her though. Like green is like her color, bro. Like that.
Hold on. We gotta stop the show. Stop the show. Stop the motherfucking show. Stop the show. As my bro Jinx, Broken Skull Sessions IPA, Broken Skull IPA. Shout out to Stone Cold. But real talk.
Sponsor us. Okay, Stone Cold. I got you, bro.
I'm clipping this. It's going on TikTok for sure. I'm gonna tag him too. But Jade Cargill. Now this is not on some. Oh my God, she's so good. No, gorgeous. No, none of that. Jade Cargill has one of the best physiques from a woman we've seen since China.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down, no cap, like none of that bullshit. Jade Cargill, for lack of a better term, is a bad bitch. Self-proclaimed bad bitch. Shout out to her. Her outfits are on point. And there's not many women. Well, first of all, nobody is as tall as her. She's the tallest woman. But none of those women have her physique. And she has, a lot of those women are in excellent physical shape. Like, they're all in shape. None of those women are big or out of shape or whatever. But Jade Cargill looks like a fucking superstar. And I think seeing Jade Cargill reminds me of what maybe Vince and Triple H and everybody saw in China. Because no woman looks like her. Like when China was at her best, on top of her game, she was in excellent peak physical condition. She like had a better physique than some of the men. And Jade Cargill has better abs and a better physique than some of the men on the goddamn roster. Not to mention the fact that she's like 6 feet tall. She's like my height almost. So she looks like a superstar. And this probably was her best match that she's had in AEW. She had the pump kick to Anna Jay, and I guess I'll go through the match. She had the pump kick, notable things that happened. She pump kicked Anna Jay when Ty Conti went after her manager. She pump kicked Anna Jay. Anna Jay then grabbed a chair and hit her in the head for a near fall, which is crazy because the good guys were doing heel shit in this match, which was Bizarro World. But Jay did a frog splash. Shout out to Eddie. Latino Heat. Shout out to him. Jade Cargill did a frog splash. Pretty good tuck in on the frog splash too. Good for her. And the end came when she hit Jaded, and this was like I think a 7-8 minute match. She hit Jaded, got the win, and she is 28-0. So we are now looking for a new 29. Sorry, she is 29-0, and now we are looking for a new challenger for Jade. And no lie, Jade is fucking great. And I love the fact, and I'm gonna let you go here in a minute, Isaac. But I love the fact that the AEW Women's Division has gotten so much better. Ruby Soho, when she first got here a couple of months ago, she was featured every week, featured on Rampage and or AEW Dynamite. We haven't seen Ruby Soho in a couple of weeks, but the women's division is still right where you need it to be. We're and it's just like the tag team division. We get people in, we filter them out, we get somebody back. They rock out for a month and a half. We get them out of here. We feature another tag team. The roster is so fucking deep that literally you cannot have a Kenny Omega, a John Moxley. You could not have key components to whatever division, and nobody will miss a beat. Everybody will step up because they are that deep and that talented. I love this women's division. It went from one of the worst divisions in wrestling to now probably the best women's division in wrestling. What say you, Isaac?
Oh man, I can't argue with that. I totally agree. Ruby Soho has not been around in a very long time, so that kind of makes me think like, does she might have that run against Jade for the TBS title, and if so, what's gonna happen? Is Tony Khan gonna let Jade go 30-0, or is Ruby Soho gonna take it from her and break that undefeated streak? Because we all know streaks can be broken. It's already proven once. I'm not even going to mention where we all seen that, but it's already been proven once. And, that undefeated streak can go but so far. But I'm also wondering, like, if he does keep Jade as TBS champion, is she going to be like the female version of Goldberg? Is she going to go like 100 and some odd wins and keep that TBS title until Tony Khan says, "All right, it's time"?
They'll build somebody up before they do that. They'll build somebody up to beat her because she's got to get beat eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But listen, man,
Shit, maybe it'll be Athena. Shout out to Ember Moon.
Oh man, she pops up, bro. Everybody's just gonna go crazy, and of course, the E drones are gonna be on the computers already popping shit. Like, oh, Ember Moon was never that great of a female wrestler, but yeah, he was on her ass when she was in WWE. So I don't even want to hear it because they do that to all of them. They were popping shit with Bryan Danielson, and I'm like, but you was his fan in WWE just because he's in AEW. Now you don't like him, bro? Come on.
Cap.
Exactly. Stop the cap. All right, listen. This match was phenomenal. Both women put their heart and soul in that match, and more like I bowed down to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ty Conti definitely did her thing like she always does in every match. She's a phenomenal fucking female wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And having that martial arts background to really help her in AEW is just like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can see her doing those moves, and she's done it like to Jade Cargill when she just like tosses her all over, like toss her in the ring by one arm. I'm just like, girl, we all know you're great. Like we see that, but she's phenomenal. Jade Cargill is phenomenal, and I wanted to backtrack on the whole thing, like you were saying about her physique and stuff like that. Jade Cargill has said this many times in interviews. China has always been her favorite wrestler, and what she's trying to do, she's not trying to copy off of China, but she's trying to embody that same spirit that China had back in those days, where women can be, have that type of physique and still be beautiful. And that's what Jade is continuing on, that legacy from China, and she's continuing it in AEW. You know what I'm saying? And that type of respect, you don't see that much anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it in many wrestling promotions. Jade Cargill is showing that respect for the woman that she was a fan of all those years. You know what I'm saying? Like that right, I give her so much props because she's doing that. And not many people do that nowadays. Yeah, if they're gonna take a finisher, they might hit them up and be like, hey, yo, can I use your finisher? And some of them might say yes, some of them might say no. But that respect right there, Jade Cargill is giving that all to China. And I love her, and I knew that when she first came in, I knew, She was green at the time when she first started. I knew she was going to slowly progress, and I knew she was going to
Shout out to Brian Danielson.
be better than the way she first started. You know what I'm saying? Like, she definitely came a long way after about a year since she started, or almost a year. So more power to Jade, more power to Ty Conti. But like you said, Jade Cargill took the win with the Jaded. She looked phenomenal. Ty Conti looked phenomenal. I mean, there's nothing more you can say about this match, but it was just good. And it was like, what we saw with Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston was like the same thing you saw in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ty Conti was tight because Jade Cargill was always talking about her martial arts background. And you saw that teasing her in the middle of the ring, doing those martial arts stands and just mocking her and her martial arts background. She was like, nobody care about that karate shit, bro. I was just sitting there, I was like, yo, she's really going at it, bro. Like, she's really going at it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, more power to them. And, me and you, we already knew that Jade Cargill was not going to drop this title anytime soon. Who's she going to drop it to? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many women in that division that has the opportunity and possibility of ending that streak and taking that title.
Well, we know Jade is this. We know Jade is money.
Yes.
So
she definitely is.
Shout out to her. And as we move on, before we get into what we were going to get into, I was going to talk about the new signing, but Isaac has something to talk about.
Matter of fact, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. Swerve.
I'm on point, motherfucker.
Stupid.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. We didn't talk about this shit when we started, so I don't know where you was going at with it. I don't know if we was going to talk about it or if you was just going to cut through the matches.
Stupid.
All right. Yeah,
Stupid.
You know what? Fuck.
Stupid.
You done?
Stupid.
I'm clipping that. But anyway,
I hate you.
Shout out to Isaiah, formerly Isaiah Swerve Scott, now Shane Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland is now all elite. So Tony Schiavone came out and said, we have a new signing. They had a contract in hand, and the person that the contract belonged to was Swerve Strickland. He is now officially a part of All Elite Wrestling. He came out and cut a promo and said, listen, I could tell you guys about all the dream matches I'm going to have. I could tell you guys about all the championships I'm going to win, but we're not going to do that. Just know one thing. Whose house is it? And that crowd was like, Swerve's house. He said, whose house is it? The crowd was like, Swerve's house. So shout out to Swerve. He made an impact in NXT, and I want to talk about one thing beforehand.
Stop the cap.
Respect this motherfucker's authority, okay? He got a Raw deal in NXT. He was on point. If you go back and look at anything that I have said over the past 2 years about Isaiah Swerve Scott, now Swerve Strickland, that brother I said is impressive as hell. He just has no character. He has no direction, but he puts on great matches. As soon as they gave him a Hit Row got over in NXT. They immediately pulled them to the main roster and immediately fucked them up.
Stop it. Get some help.
They took Hit Row and they did this.
This is Sparta!
And they kicked them down the hole, took away B-Fab, released her, and then released the rest of the fucking group like a week or two later. These guys fucked them up. And it's not their fault. I don't care if Top Dollar rubbed people the wrong way backstage. I don't care if they thought that they were better than what they were on the main roster. I don't care. They were great as a group, as a stable. They were great. They were in NXT. Swerve, as soon as he got with them, got the North American Championship, and they got the shit end of the stick because Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon didn't know what the fuck to do with them, and they released all of them. So you know what? Screw them. They're stupid.
You lose.
But AEW is great, and what their loss is AEW's gain.
You win. Perfect.
So moving forward, shout out to him. He is with AEW. Real quick, what do you think he will be doing in AEW, and do you think he will be making an impact before we continue with the rest of the review?
Well, from the jump, I don't think he's gonna go after any titles soon. Because he just came in. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's look at everybody that came in. Everybody has, taken a back seat, trying to build themselves in AEW, trying to get everybody familiar with their character. Look at Miro. When Miro first came in, he said that he didn't want to go after the title yet because he doesn't want to take that spotlight from those that already been there before him. So more power to him. I respect that. But I feel like Swerve is going to do the same thing. He's just going to build himself up, progress in AEW, and when that time comes, we might see him as TNT champion first. Maybe, if he teams up with a partner, he gets that tag title. And then, eventually we'll see him as AEW champion. I won't see that. We probably won't see that maybe for about a year, 2 years from now. But I'm looking forward to seeing this guy wrestle because I've never watched him wrestle in NXT. You know what I'm saying? My heart just completely went with AEW. I screwed over, NXT, screwed WWE. My heart just went all into AEW. So now I'm really looking forward to see what this guy is going to do in AEW. And honestly, I can't wait. I'm actually excited because I love to see when guys come in or women come in and, wrestle and really show themselves out in AEW. Like I said, with Jay Cargill, I got to see Ted Conti. I never seen Ted Conti wrestle when she was in NXT, but I got to see her wrestle in AEW, and she really showed out. Jay Cargill showed out. All the people that signed with AEW showed out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to see what this guy's going to do with AEW. Who's going to be his first opponent? I don't know, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that's going to be like, because I could already tell by looking at him, it's going to be epic.
Got nothing else to add to that. So
You win.
next we had MJF versus CM Punk. Probably the match of the night, if not second match of the night. This was story driven. It was bloody. It was brutal. It was exactly what it needed to be. Let's real quick. We're gonna run through it. Then we'll give our thoughts. The story of the match started off in the beginning. Introductions. MJF trolling us all. Cult of personality hit. Everybody got hype, including me. Look in my eyes. Oh shit. Then MJF's music hit, and everybody got upset. So already he's trolling. MJF comes down looking like the best in the world because he's better than the best in the world, and you know it. Then we had CM Punk come out, and not gonna lie, I was one of the brothers who was confused. Don't get me wrong, love the entrance, but when it was happening at first, I didn't know what I was listening to. So CM Punk came out to his old school AFI Misera Cantare entrance from AFI. I know I butchered that.
You stupid.
Don't judge me. Misera Cantare entrance from AFI. Awesome shit. And he came out in his old Ring of Honor gear with the X's, the voice of the voiceless. He is the second. What did he call him? The second Sun City wrestler. Whatever. I'm fucking it up. It was fucking awesome. Go back and watch it. I don't care.
You stupid.
I'm fucking it up.
Surprise, motherfucker.
He was awesome. I am not gonna lie. I didn't watch CM Punk in Ring of Honor. I've gone back and watched highlights on YouTube in recent weeks and months. But to say I sat here and watched this whole Ring of Honor run, I'd be lying, and I'm not a liar. So I'm going to go back and do some deep diving. What I did watch today is his last appearance in Ring of Honor when he came out to this song and he was in tears crying because CM Punk knew he was going to WWE, and that was his last appearance at Ring of Honor, and he really, really loved Ring of Honor. This already, I got chills listening to the song, and I didn't even know what I was listening to. That's how great this was. Now, we will talk about the match, but we had MJF grabbing the mic in the middle of the match, talking about, tell these people how you left everybody like you left me. Tell them. And he said, eat shit, Max. And then we got to eat shit, Max chant. That was great.
Oh, my God. That was great.
Shout out to the crowd for that. I respect the crowd for that. That was awesome. The crowd was great all night. They did get tired in spots, but they held up all night during a 5-hour show. Shout out to them. So we did have a power driver on the ring apron. We had these guys going back and forth. Then we got thumbtacks introduced. We had a superplex on the thumbtacks. MJF hit Punk with a superplex, but it's thumbtacks, so they both got tacks stuck in their ass and all over the place. Then came the deciding factor of the match. Wardlow gets called by MJF. MJF does the superplex. Then he says, Wardlow. And Wardlow begins to trot down to the ring, looking fresh to death, I might add. Shout out to you, fresh to death, just like me. And Wardlow comes down, and MJF is like, give me the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And Wardlow is like, I don't have it, bro. He's like, what? You had one job to do. He turns around, and he catches the go to sleep right onto the thumbtacks by CM Punk. And then Wardlow says, oh, and he takes the thumbtacks. He takes the Dynamite Diamond Ring out of the other pocket, and then he says, oops. And then he looks at CM Punk. He looks at CM Punk like, puts it down and walks away to the biggest pop of the night. Depending on who you ask, it was either that or another surprise. That was the biggest pop of the night, and I legit was like, let's fucking go from my couch. I could not wait for Wardlow to shit on MJF. He gives Punk the ring. Punk takes it. He picks up MJF. MJF spits at him, and he punches MJF with the Dynamite Diamond Ring and gets the 1, 2, 3. Storytelling at its fucking finest. Isaac, what say you? This was fantastic. My match of the night.
Yo, it really was, man. It really was. Because you want to talk about trying to kill each other? These guys were really trying to kill each other. But I like how the match started. MJF was like far in the corner of the ring, and you see CM Punk trying to pull the chain, get him closer, and he just kept trying to dodge him. He didn't want nothing to do with him. But MJF came out on top in the beginning, made CM Punk bleed. It was like such a brutal match, but that's the type of things you got to expect in matches like these, whether it's cage matches, whether it's ladder matches, chair matches, table matches. This is the type of things you have to expect, especially, where there's a very hot story between the two people in the ring. And this was a very hot story. You know what I'm saying? This was CM Punk, somebody that MJF used to probably still idolize when he was a kid. The picture said it itself on Dynamite.
That's why he's so mad, because he's like, I idolized you, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I idolized you, and you left. You left me. Like, he don't give a fuck about the fans, bro. He was just like, you left me, bro. Like, that was disrespectful. I grew up watching you as a kid. You was my favorite wrestler. I was a fan of yours, and you just poof, disappeared.
How dare you?
And that part that you mentioned before, when MJF was like, tell them how you left them like you left me, and CM Punk was like, eat shit, bro. I was dying. I was not expecting CM Punk to say that, and I was just completely cracking up, because I probably would have said the same thing. Eat shit. You know what I'm saying? And he said that, and I was just like, "Oh man, that was just pure gold." And then, like you said, Wardlow comes out. MGF was there waiting for the ring, and Wardlow was playing dumb, like, "Where did I put the ring, bro? Like, I don't think I got it." It was just
good.
Yeah, it was just so hilarious just to see his face played out like, I think I forgot the ring, and then the MGF turns around, like you said. CM Punk gives him the GTS. He lands on his feet and then falls back like onto the thumbtacks, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's not good, bro. That's not good for you." And then again, like you said, Wardlow was like, "Oh, now I remember where the ring's at." Pulls it out of his pocket, and he was like, "Oops." You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. That was just so, that was golden, bro. That had to come from Wardlow's head. Like, "Oops," and then he puts it right there on the ring, looks at CM Punk, gives him the head nod, and walks off. Like, "All right, that's it. I'm done." And then CM Punk grabs the ring, puts it on, picks up MGF, and that was it. Lights out. Pins him 1, 2, 3. I was like, man, this match couldn't have gotten any better than the way it did. And I appreciated that match so much, because if it was like, it would have been like watching like a teacher versus a student. You know what I'm saying? But this was a fan facing somebody he idolized as a kid. How many of us all dreamed about that? You know what I'm saying? I've idolized Stone Cold Steve Austin when I was, during the Attitude Era, when I was, in my teens. I've idolized this guy. I fucking respect this guy. I love this guy. This is the guy that brought me into wrestling. And then that's through that I was able to get to know everybody else. Nation of Domination, Farouk, Mark Henry, D'Lo Brown, and then of course, who was part of that also became known as the Godfather. Like, because Stone Cold drew me into that, I've idolized him for so many years. If I had the opportunity to wrestle him, I would take it. This is a guy that I grew up watching. I was his biggest fan. And I'm getting the chance to wrestle somebody I used to idolize as a kid. Oh yeah, I'm taking that. I'm gonna get my ass beat, and I'm gonna lose. But this is a dream come true. Yeah, exactly. This is a dream come true, and that was a dream come true for MJF. And I'm pretty sure, he appreciated that match, because he got to face somebody and he was a fan of his entire life. He lost. You know what I'm saying? In the end, but it was his dream. He got to face CM Punk. I'm pretty sure, even though he lost, he went out happy. And at the same time, now we're going to get to see that rift between Wardlow and MGF. Now, this is what I'm seeing is going to happen when that time comes that Wardlow goes for that TNT title, because I have a feeling that MJF is going to come to him and it's going to be like some shit like, "Wardlow,
screw him over heavy, bro."
He's going to, but first he's going to pretend like he know where he messed up, and because of what happened last night, he's going to be like, "And I get it. That was that, somewhat reached out to me or whatever, and I'm sorry." And then he's going to try to shake hands with Wardlow, try to make peace with Wardlow. And then when that time comes, when he goes for that TNT title, that's when MJF is going to really show himself and score over Wardlow. And then we're probably going to get a chance to see Wardlow. If Wardlow wins the TNT title, we could get a chance to see Wardlow versus MJF for the TNT title. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many
MJF.
Oh, hell yeah. There's no doubt about it. Bro, do you see the size of him and MJF, bro? Like, there's no doubt about it. MJF is going to get destroyed. Even if Sean Spears tries to interfere in any way, like, he's still going to destroy him, and he might even use Sean Spears to beat him down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
Stupid.
I just can't wait to see that story come to light because everybody wanted it, and we're finally going to get a chance to see it happen. Wardlow leaving the Pinnacle, become his own man in a singles run.
Nothing else to add to that. That was fantastic storytelling. Shout out to AEW for that. Next, we had the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa. And I felt incredibly bad for these two women. And let me tell you why.
You stupid.
Not that they're stupid, but to follow that match, they got the shit end of the stick. Anybody who followed anything or anybody who followed MJF and CM Punk, and I'm going to go back and rewatch it again today. So before I go to sleep, I'm going to rewatch the pre-show with Hook and the House of Black.
QT Marshall.
Yeah, with Hook and the House of Black, because I want to watch those over. I'm going to go rewatch the Danielson match, and I'm going to go rewatch the Danielson match and what's that other the match of the night, and the CM Punk match and the main event. And I'm gonna just because I want to watch it again. These ladies worked hard, but why is he meowing like that? These ladies were just cat is distracting me. These ladies worked hard, but they just to follow that shit is just come on, man. How do you follow that? So they got the shit under the stick, man. And listen, another thing that hurt this match was exactly. Hold on, this fucking cat. What the fuck are you meowing about, bro? Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Fucking meowing like a motherfucker.
Get the fuck out of here!
Anyway, this match. This was Bullet Club, New Japan. Everybody's gonna interfere until there was so much interference in this match. It took away from the match. On top of the fact that the crowd was tired because everybody got hyped for Wardlow. The crowd got tired. On top of the fact that they had so much interference, on top of the fact that it didn't seem like they were clicking like they normally click. These two have great chemistry, but for some reason they were off last night. I don't know what it was, but after all the fucking interference, Britt Baker ended up winning. She got the pinfall with the curve stomp to the face. I think she hit her with the belt too, if I'm not mistaken. But there was so much interference in this match, it was like it took away from it. So it was like, you know, you're in a bad spot. On top of the fact you had it was bad booking. Listen, she's probably going to win the title in her hometown in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. I don't got a problem with her losing. I just got a problem with the way she lost. But you got to protect her, so I understand. But they didn't have a chance because of the match placement. It didn't matter where. Going behind this match, it didn't matter who it was. They were going to suffer. So I think they worked hard. I think it was a decent match. They've had better matches for sure. But the placement really hurt them. What say you?
There was so many things that I was expecting in that match, and it didn't quite happen. I don't know why. I'm gonna give my thoughts on that in a little bit, but this was a good match. It wasn't a bad match. It was a good match. But like you said, a lot of the interference really took away from that match. But it's a heel thing. You know, we all seen it. We all knew this. We've seen it so many times. You know, especially when it's a group. Doesn't matter if it's a woman. It doesn't matter if it's men. We've all seen it so many times. I really thought that Rosa was going to take this title. I really thought that this was going to be her time to become the AEW Women's Champion. But before I continue my thought, bro, tell me that women's title did not look gorgeous last night, bro.
Oh, just stop the show. Isaac is right. So, Isaac, being that you remembered and I have forgotten, Tell us about the new title that they unveiled last night.
Oh, it looks like an actual woman's title. It completely different design. Uh, it's still, it's just pure gold on black. It was beautiful. I loved every minute of. I loved that whole title. That title looked so gorgeous yesterday, and we all thought like, okay, this is it. Thunder Rosa is gonna win because they always change the title every time the title gets dropped to somebody else.
For the most part,
Case in point. Case in point. When Sheeta dropped the title to Britt Baker, that next Dynamite, we got to see the new, and she got the new one, which was more bigger and stuff like that. So when she walked out to that ring with this new look of the women's title, which I'm glad they changed it, she didn't drop it, and I'm like, what's going on here? But listen, Thunder Rosa has always been a phenomenal wrestler. I've seen her wrestle in NWA. I never got a chance to see her wrestle in the Indies, but I got to see her wrestle in NWA. Do not question nor doubt that she could actually represent that women's title, because she did it with the NWA women's title until she dropped it to what's her name, Serena Deebs, and bro, she could represent any women's title. That's how great Thunder Rosa is. But back to what I was saying, there were so many interferences last night. It was just like, ref, kick them out. Like, that's your job.
What the fuck are you waiting for?
What the hell are you waiting for? Kick them out. Like, send them backstage and stuff like that. But we all know why now, because like you already mentioned before, Thunder Rosa, when she beats Layla Hirsch to get that match again against Thunder Rosa, she will be facing Thunder Rosa. Britt Baker at her hometown for the women's title. That's when I feel like that's going to be the time when Britt Baker's going to drop it to her, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Win.
It makes sense. What better way for somebody to get a huge pop when they win the title is when they do it at their hometown.
Word. Opposite WWE, who likes beating everybody in their hometown. These guys big you up in your hometown.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna have to wait those 2 weeks until it happens. But I feel like that's when it's gonna happen. So even though Thunder Rosa lost this one and it broke my heart, because I would love to see her become the AEW Women's Champion, but we're just gonna have to wait those 2 weeks, and hopefully that will be the time where she becomes the new AEW Women's Champion. But the match was good. I liked it. I could have done without so many interferences, but it was still good. And Britt Baker's a heel, and I feel like that's why it was so much of it, because she's a heel. They're heel, she's a heel. They're gonna help her out any way possible to make sure she retained that title, and it worked. Obviously, we saw it last night, and it worked, but just not so much, bro. It's maybe like once. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because as many times as we've seen every wrestling match, if somebody try to interfere in any way, it only happened that one time, and then of course the ref would just get frustrated and be like, "Get the fuck out of here! Get backstage!" Exactly, get backstage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking at the ref like, bro, what do you do? Send him to the back? But that didn't happen.
Unfortunately not. I wanted to hit him with the fatality. Get these motherfuckers out of here.
Exactly, bro. Listen, get them out of here.
Fire. Get them out of here. You got flame.
Exactly.
Rasengan, motherfucker, get him out of here. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Shout out to those two ladies. They worked hard, but like I said, it just, bad placement. Most people's match of the night, if not, some people's match of the night. We had Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. Holy hell. This match was nothing but punches and kicks to the rib and punches and forearms and smacks to the head and hits to the back of the neck and more kicks and punches. Pretty much the end came when Jon Moxley had him in the triangle choke and he's fighting to the ropes. So Jon Moxley kind of pins him in a like bridge type pin, but Danielson refuses to let go of the hold. Danielson was wiping the floor with Jon Moxley in this match. He was kind of whooping his ass. No lie. It was like,
Respect my authority!
I'm going to fuck you up, bro. And he was whooping him. He was punching him and kicking him. He was whooping his ass. You know, he hit him with the, you know.
You've activated my trap card.
And he wrestled the shit out of him. So when he got the pinfall victory, Bryan Danielson was very, very upset. He pushed the ref. The ref was like, hey, bro, don't push me, bro. You lost. It was 3. So they then began to fight because Danielson got tight. And then who do we see not come from the back? He didn't come from the back.
Nope.
Who do we see come from out of the crowd on the side of the stage? None other than
Surprise, motherfucker.
William Goddamn Regal. Goddamn it. Biggest pop of the night. Even I jumped off my couch. Isaac knows this. I text Isaac and I tweeted, holy shit, it's William Regal. Isaac knows I did that. I have the receipts to prove it. And I was just like, yo, it's fucking Regal, bro. I put WTF. Like, that's all I put. No fucking bullshit. Isaac knows. I put WTF. And Isaac was so hyped he didn't even respond because he was at the bar fucking drunk, wilding out probably. William Regal comes in and he looks at a bloody, battered and bloodied Jon Moxley, and he says, what the hell is wrong with you? This is not how we do things. And then he gets in Regal's face, so Regal smacks the shit out of him. I'm like, holy shit. And then he headbutts him and takes some of the blood and puts it on his forehead and nose. Great visual. I know he did that on purpose. William Regal did that on purpose because he knew the visual would be fantastic. Shout out to William Regal for that. Then Bryan Danielson is like, yeah. Regal smacks you, bitch. He goes to give him a hug, and then Regal smacks him in the face. And then he's like, you got a problem? You want to solve it, motherfucker? And he gives him the wide eyes like, what's up? What you want to do? So both of these guys are upset, and he's like, get over here. You get over here. This is not how we do things. Now shake hands, and we're going to the back. And he's like, you know, Moxley is the intense one. Danielson is like, Sensei said I got to shake your hand. Okay. And Moxley is like, Moxley's the one like, fuck it. Okay, fine. They shake hands. Everybody goes crazy. It's a beautiful thing. Everybody's yelling and screaming. I'm yelling from my couch. Isaac is yelling in the bar. It's a beautiful thing. Everybody leaves, and the crowd goes home happy. This was fan-fucking-tastic. What say you, Isaac?
Again, another kill or be killed type match, bro. I'm telling you. But what can I expect from the innovator of violence?
Nothing more, nothing less.
To the most technical wrestler in AEW right now is Bryan Danielson. You know what I'm saying? These two are like phenomenal. And I remember hearing in interviews that Bryan Danielson wanted to wrestle Jon Moxley at the time when he was in WWE as Dean Ambrose, and he never got that chance. Now he finally got that opportunity. He wrestled Jon Moxley. They both went at it. They both did their thing as expected. And you know what I'm saying? Like, they really told a good story as well. And I was not disappointed. I literally watched that whole match, glued to the TV, in the bar, paying attention to everything that was going on. And everything that was going on. And bro, I don't know if you mentioned it, but the chokehold that Bryan Danielson did on Jon Moxley did not work like it has done with everybody else.
Yeah, normally he does this.
Yeah, and then he was just going bang, bang, bang. And Moxley was like, nope, I'm awake. I'm not going out like that. He even tried punching him in the face, and that still didn't work. And I was like, bro, like, this is epic. This is crazy. Like, because, you know, when Bryan Danielson puts on that submission move, he beats them in the head, they're out. You know what I'm saying? And then what I also loved was when Moxley stomped in Bryan Danielson's head. Like Bryan Danielson normally does. He did it to Moxley. I mean, Moxley did it to him. And I was just
I
like,
call it the Kofi stomps.
yeah, I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, he did it to Bryan Danielson, bro. But I loved it. I enjoyed it. Mox for the win, like I knew was gonna happen. That match was great. And then you mentioned William Regal popping up, bro. We all at the bar, every AEW fan that sat there watching this, last night, all just went ape shit.
Ape
It was
shit.
like, oh, William Regal, bro. It was just crazy seeing him pop up because you know what made it so great. And I mentioned this last night to one of my friends. Excuse me. I told him nobody knew. Nobody knew that they were in talks. Nobody knew that, no rumors going around like, oh, William Regal was spotted at Revolution tonight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew anything. And that's what I loved about it because that's what made it such a big surprise.
Motherfucker.
Exactly, because nobody knew. It was kept such a tight-lit secret. It wasn't even funny. You know what I'm saying? It was just to see him there, and I was just like, bro, like, is this for real? And of course, Tony Khan does his little tweets. Yes, that's right. Was officially made. William Regal is all elite. I was like, oh, this is gonna be epic. Now I can't wait to see what he's gonna do now. Could he be the one that's gonna manage Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley?
I hope so. That's what I thought. That's the vibes I got.
Exactly.
I got tag team.
Exactly.
William Regal is the manager vibes from that whole interaction. They want to tutor the young guys. And what better way to tutor the young guys than to have the ultimate tutor and teacher on top of the fact of one of the best technical wrestlers and one of the best brawler beat your ass wrestlers in wrestling today. Awesome shit.
Awesome shit. And I just can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Which, by the way, watching William Regal pop up, I also thought that maybe he was gonna try to help out, Tony Khan in the back one way or another would probably
be fantastic.
It would, like, could be the booking, it could be creative, giving Tony Khan some insights and advice of what he should do with this stuff, because Tony Khan didn't mention there's going to be a lot of new storylines coming up after Revolution. So Dynamite, we might start seeing some new storylines pop up, and that will be leading into Rampage and the weeks after until probably like Dynamite and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But Tony Khan did purchase Ring of Honor, and I thought William Regal was going to be put in that position where he could actually take control of that. You know what I'm saying? Because if Cody Rhodes wasn't going to do it, I thought William Regal was going to do it. But then I hear Tony Khan is going to be booking Ring of Honor personally himself. And I'm like, bro, you already got too much on your plate.
Which is a lot.
Exactly.
He's got AEW, he's got football, he's got soccer, and now he's got another Ring of Honor. I mean, now he's got another wrestling company on top of AEW. That's a lot, bro. He's going to have to delegate some of that power.
Exactly, bro. Like, listen, I know you want to keep that promoter of the year type stuff, but listen, all promoters have help. You don't think Vince McMahon never had help before? He had help. Look at all the teams he built over the years that's helping him, creating his product, even though it's kind of ass now. But you know what I'm saying? But he always had help. Tony Khan needs the same thing, bro. You can't take control of everything, bro. I get it. You're a fan. We seen it. We seeing it. Every week we're seeing it. But doesn't hurt to have somebody there with you creatively to help you to either do one promotion or help you with both promotions. You know what I'm saying? You already got too much on your plate. You got the Jaguars you got to focus on. You got your full helm soccer team. You know what I'm saying? Dynamite, AEW, and now you got the Ring of Honor. You can't take on everything on your plate at once. Use William Regal, because I'm pretty sure he's got some fucking creative ideas that can help you blow up both promotions.
Time will tell if we have Mr. Regal backstage or Cody comes back to do some things. We don't know. It's going to be an interesting couple of months moving forward with this. So I look forward to see what happens. So time will tell. Next, we had the Hardy Family Office versus Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting. Not going to lie to you. The only things I remember about this match: Sammy Guevara hit a Spanish fly on Isaiah Cassidy from the top of the stage, through 2 tables. Isaiah Cassidy took the worst of that. He landed right on his ribs. That looked just a tad unsafe. Sting, old crazy ass, jumping from the balcony through 2 tables, smashing his head on one of the tables with the bad neck, with the scoliosis and all this other shit. Still looking like a fucking savage and madman. Andrade is jacked, and there's one more thing that I remember from this match. And Darby Allin totally hit the Scorpion Death Drop on Matt Hardy, who broke a chair with the Scorpion Death Drop, and it looked like it hurt for real. And then he hit a coffin drop, but Matt Hardy moved, so literally his head hit his body, and that was the coffin drop. So it looked terrible, but those were the main spots of this match. Holy hell, this match was a spot fest, chaotic car crash. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic, but it was a spot fest, chaotic car crash right before the main event. What say you?
Bro. Oh man, you hit it like the nail, like right on the nose, bro, because that's exactly what it was. A chaotic spot fest car crash. Because first off, let's not fail to mention that Darby Allin was like all over the fucking place.
Yo,
the dude was
the motherfucker with a trash can on his head.
He was literally everywhere. I felt bad for Andrade's homeboy. They put him in the seat, trash can on top of him. Darby Allin runs inside the ring to one side of the rope to then like dive right between ropes and just like
torpedo Darby.
Torpedo Darby right into the camera. And I was just like, yo, what the hell is going on here? Then you got what's his name? Mark Quinn coming in, helping out Isaiah Cassidy, his tag team partner, as he should. You know what I'm saying? That's his boy. They've been tag team partners for years. So he went out to help him out, but he also got caught in the process as well. And then, you got the Butcher and the Blade came out helping out as well. Like, this match was all over the place. And that Spanish fly from the stage prompt onto that table, bro, you talking about Isaiah Cassidy? I thought fucking Sammy Guevara hurt his neck because the way he landed didn't look so good neither.
He landed right on Isaiah, bro. Isaiah took the worst of that because he landed right on top of him.
And I looked at it and I was like, damn, like, are these guys going to be okay? Like, but they sold that as well because they both laid there on the stage area. And then, like you said, crazy ass old man Sting, bro, just doing that splash right off
Grandpa Sting with the splash.
Grandpa Sting with the splash. And it wasn't 2 tables, bro. It was 4. They stacked up 4 tables, but he only was able to break 3 out of the 4. The other one didn't break so much. And I was just sitting there and was like, this is crazy. What is Sting thinking? Like, bro, you're trying to kill yourself at an early, like, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. We're not ready for you to go yet. But he did it. And I give him props, bro, for this man to be at the age that he's at and to do stuff like that. And he's not even afraid. Remarkable. I give him major props. Because every other older man would have been in there probably breaking their hip or, something. And Sting just did it.
Would have been like,
fuck this shit, I'm out.
But Sting did it, got up, walked away like nothing happened. And then, like I said, here comes Darby all over the place. I swear, this kid Darby was like a kid that was hopped up on sugar. Like, he was on the sugar rush, bro, because he was all over. But I like how he started, though. because that's how you're supposed to start a match. It's like going in for the kill.
Fast pace.
No, hell yeah, of course I do. I mean, I grew up around that whole fast pace. But Darby came in, clothesline to Andrade over the rope, and then that's when the match just started. And what I also liked about it was that when the match started, it was like veteran versus veteran. Even though Sting is older than Matt Hardy, but Matt Hardy's a veteran himself. Guy's literally been in the business for years as well. So it's veteran versus veteran. And I like that. And then you got high flyer versus high flyer. Then you got a high flyer that's versus another high flyer who's also a luchador. So it's just like, it was perfect. But then, you know, at the end of the night, Darby took that win for the team, bro. And that match was crazy, bro. I was like, yo, this shit is bananas. Because I didn't get it. Because what happened was that Mike had left early. He went home. So I walked him out to his car with Pedro. So we walked him out. We was just bullshitting, talking, whatever. And I didn't get to see that whole match. I actually saw that match today in my house before I went to work. I actually caught that match. I was like, yo, these guys are crazy. Like, what the hell, bro? But I loved it. But like you said, the shit was like a spot fest, bro. Oh my god.
My best car crash. That's what it was.
All I know is that I don't want to see Sting do that again. He did it once. Go for him.
Nope.
Props. More power to you. But I don't ever want to see you do that again.
Stop it. Get some help.
Moving on. We have gotten to the main event of the evening. First thing I want to say is shout out the crowd. Let's go, Adam. Let's go, Adam. Let's go, Adam. Let's go, Adam. Then we had Adam Cole, Adam Page. We had
Oh yeah, we had all those stuff.
This is Adam. This is Adam. This is Adam. I'm like, shout out to the crowd for all the Adam chants. We had a let's go, Adam. Adam sucks. Let's go. Like, first of all, shout out to the crowd for entertaining me for the last 20 minutes of the night. This was fucking fantastic. We had Hangman Adam Page versus Adam Cole. Baby. And this was a fantastic main event with all the bullshit shenanigans from an Adam Cole match that you expect. But in the end, the Hangman gets the win, motherfuckers. In the end, we had some beautiful storytelling. We had Adam Page putting his belt in belt buckling Adam Cole's hand to the ring ropes, giving him multiple super kicks, then giving him the boom, then hitting him with the final buckshot lariat for the win. Now, Adam Cole had a lot of interference, and Adam Cole matches have been getting some heat because there's a lot of kickouts and false finishes. I don't give a fuck. Mr. Bay is fantastic. Adam Page really needed this win because the AEW champion needs to look strong, and it's not time to take that title off of him just yet. I think MJF or CM Punk should be the ones to take it from him, and then that would be fantastic. That's what I would do. I would have Punk beat Page, then I would have MJF beat Punk. Make that come full circle. Now, I thought this match was fantastic. We had a lot of super kicks and power drivers and the booms and Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. And we had a lot of the shenanigans at the end, but that's fine. I thought this match was great. Good main event. The crowd was up for this match. Normally, when the pay-per-views are longer than 3.5, 4 hours, the crowd is dead. These motherfuckers were up for this match. Shout out to the crowd. Shout out to the Orlando crowd. There were some boos for Adam Hangman Page, but you got to understand they're in Orlando. I'm sorry, they're in Jacksonville, wherever the fuck they were. And Florida is the home of NXT, which was Adam Cole's home, where he got a lot of his fanfare. So there are going to be some boos because of where they were. Who gives a shit? Great main event, great championship win, and Adam Page gets the win. So, Isaac, what did you think about this match? And what do you see next for the Hangman?
You activated my trap card.
I used to say that a lot when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. This match was great.
Come get some.
another great way to end the story between two phenomenal wrestlers, two talents in AEW, especially Adam Cole, who doesn't really need to progress in AEW. My man's already progressed when he first started. Like, my man was just on a pause and then resumed once he got into AEW. So, listen, man, the moment that you told me about NXT and I actually started watching, I actually got to see Adam Cole do his thing in NXT with the Undisputed Era. I got to see him do some solo matches, especially I think it was the one match was with him and Johnny Gargano. Like, I got to see that, bro. Like, that match was
the fucking millennium right there.
Yes, yeah, that match was phenomenal. It was crazy, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Adam Page and Adam Cole. And like you said, the fans last night had me dying because I'm like, okay, but which Adam are you talking about? Like, there's two Adams here, bro. Like,
no, it's like, what the fuck you guys talking about?
Exactly. You talking about Page? You talking about Cole? Like, clarify. I need some clarification here. This is what you're talking about. No, but this match was great. I loved every minute of it. I knew Adam Page was going to win because, like you said, it was not time to take the title off him yet. Yeah. Who's going to take the title? Nobody knows. But it could be CM Punk. It could be MJF. We don't know who's going to go next. But with that, like how you said CM Punk and then have MJF, I could see MJF take the title and then CM Punk try to take the title from MJF. I mean, it could just go either way. You know what I'm saying? Because if CM Punk does face Adam Page, CM Punk is going to have to turn heel. Matter of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I would like to see a heel Punk because he's perfect when he's a heel. Like, that dude just don't give a shit. You think he don't give a shit as a face? Wait till you see him as a heel, because then he really don't give a shit. But great storytelling, great way to end it. Red Dragon coming out trying to help out Adam Cole win this match. Didn't work out to Adam Cole's benefit. I really thought that in some aspect it would have been like the Bucks trying to do the same thing for Adam Page, but that didn't happen. Which is cool, you know what I'm saying? You don't want too much going on at once. Just want to, focus on the main match. And that's pretty much what they did. Red Dragon came out, didn't work out to Adam Cole's benefit. Adam Cole did lose as it should, and that means Adam Page actually ended Adam Cole's winning streak because he was undefeated, and he actually ended it. So good for Adam Page. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with him now. I do want, like I said about Jurassic Express, he needs to be showcased more now. He needs to be really shown out there as a champion. He really needs to represent that title and to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? He really needs to represent that title to the fullest. And I hope that this time we get to see that.
I believe we will, man. Listen, Adam Page is a great champion. Where he goes next, probably Punk. I don't really see anyone else who's built up enough to go for the title, but being that Punk just got this win over MJF, I can see them going in that direction. Omega's not ready to come back. Omega still has to have hernia surgery, and then I think he has to have another shoulder surgery and then some treatment for something else. Omega's fucked up, man. The fact that he was wrestling so hurt with so many injuries and he was still as good as he was, best in the world, if not top 3 or 4 wrestlers in the world, is fucking craziness. So Omega needs to come back when he's 100% healthy. They don't need him right now. He could come back. You could throw him right into the main event picture. But I think right now we need Punk at the top of the card. And we might – I don't see anybody else, honestly, not yet. Maybe Moxley, because but Moxley and Danielson are going to be doing the tag team thing. So I think Punk is the next guy, and maybe he takes the title from Hangman, which would be fantastic. So, all in all, this was a fantastic show. This show literally.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
This show was over 9,000. There was nothing anyone could have said that would have told me that this show was crazy. It's just shout out to Demon Slayer. It's just like this show was fire, man. Like I just want to hit the button. Like that's how intense this show was. Chop off his head. Like it just show is just amazing. I love Demon Slayer. Chop off the head. Anime. I'm an anime guy. But that's all I have to say about the show. Was it the best?
What rating did you give it?
The show?
Yeah.
A, B, C, or D. I'm gonna say this show was an A minus. The show was an A minus. It's gonna be hard to top that show. The last pay-per-view, because that's when you had the debuts of Cole and Bryan. You had that fantastic fucking cage match on that show. Match of the year last year. The I think it was a fatal 4-way cage match or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. I don't see a lot of things topping that show. That show was an A+.
Wait, what cage match are you talking about?
Talking about the Bucks versus
Lucha
Bros. That was match of the year. Match of the year
for the tag titles.
Yeah, for the tag titles. That was match of the year. And then you had the debuts. Bro. You had the debuts at the end. You had a fantastic main event. Like there's nothing. This show didn't top that show, but this show was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I give it an A minus, and let me know what you gave it before I bring us home. And final thoughts before I bring us home.
Well, you went with the grade. I'm gonna go with the number. I gave it a 9. I only gave it a 9 because Thunder Rosa didn't win. That's it. That's all I said.
What's up with you and Thunder Rosa?
Bro, that girl needs the fucking title already. Just give it to her. While I gotta wait 2 weeks for her to get that title, just give it to her. But no, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Thunder Rosa. Like I said, when I got to see her wrestle in NWA, and she's phenomenal, bro. Like that woman means like I'm like her biggest fan, bro. Like her biggest supporter, because bro, she's fucking fantastic. So I'm waiting for her to get that title so she could really start repping that title too.
Get the fuck out!
Let me stop. Shout out to Isaac. This was great. Isaac, my man, thank you for joining me on this What the Wrestling review from live from our prospective rooms in New York. This was a fantastic show. Thank you, as always, friend to the show. Please plug yo ish before we boogie from here.
You can find me on Facebook under Isaac Matos. You can find me on Instagram under Isaac_Matos83. And you can find me on Twitter at IsaacM1983.
Right. I was about to hit the button on you, but I'm like, nah, let me not disrespect. Listen, Isaac, always a friend of the podcast, my bro from another Mo. Shout out this guy. Shout out him joining me on the AEW. We are AEW fans. We are wrestling fans. And we love to see fantastic shows like we saw last night. But we are out of here. And as always, you know my socials. They are in the description. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the video. Shout out to my guy Mike for coming into the stream. He saw some AEW last night. Now he's interested. So listen, if you haven't seen AEW, you've been
shit.
What?
When you go on the stream, you might see it. I surprised Mike because I told him, it's like, yo, if you're not a fan of AEW after tonight, you're gonna be a fan. So I found this shirt that I had gotten, right, and I found this shirt that says I Heart AEW, and I forgot I even had that shirt there. Never wore it. Shit's been in my closet, and I was just like, you know what? Mike's birthday's gonna come up. I'm just gonna give him the shirt as like a birthday gift from me. and I gave it to him. Right now, he's wearing it on his stream.
Oh, shout out to Misfit TV. Shout out to Misfit TV, my guy Mike wearing the shirt on the stream. That is awesome. I'm gonna go hop in his stream right after I end this live stream. But yeah, shout out to him, man. Like I said, if you're not a fan of AEW or wrestling, or you were a fan back in the day and you lost touch, get back into AEW. They will never let you down. So we are out of here. Isaac and Mr. Matos from me. We are out. We will catch you on the next one. We are out of here. Be safe out there. Enjoy the good weather. Peace.
Peace.